Hi. Welcome to session number 2 of Mitch's new live stream, which is untitled at this point. Yay, untitled, right? How are y'all doing? I see several of you are here. Can you hear that sound? Did you hear that sound? Welcome. Happy to have you here. So every Tuesday, there will be a live stream from me. I am Mitch. I am founder and chief astronomer, I used to say, over at Planet 5D. But that's not where I am anymore. That website is gone. My current life is over at thankyouPageMagic.com. Let me know who's here. Sound off in the comments. I had changed my volume earlier, but I see it still peaks because sometimes I get loud and crazy. And I want to make sure that all the live stream stuff is happening. So, by the way, you can always find me live. I see it is live on Facebook. That's where some of you have found me. Good to see you here. Renya is here. Hello. Thank you for popping in. Renya is an old friend of mine. And yes, I know, Renya, you sent me a message the other day, and I didn't reply. I've been kind of hiding from people. Not a good thing necessarily, but I've been trying to focus on my business and not do a whole bunch of other stuff. But I do know I need to get back to you. And there's AJ. AJ is here. AJ is one of my mastermind members. Mastermind meeting is this afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern. For those of you who are in the mastermind, but you already know that. But today is a Q&A day. Now, I want to go check behind the scenes to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I know Carlene said she was going to be here today. And I don't see her yet. I see several people popping in, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So who's going to be first up to ask a question today? Anybody? Anybody brave enough to ask a question? Is anybody here? And AJ, why did my name become Mitch? That's all right. So, live streaming every Tuesday. There's going to be a few changes around here eventually. It's not in place yet. But one of the things that I am planning to do is to have 2 memberships. There is already in place my mastermind, which AJ is in, and I would love to have all of you in the Movers Mastermind. And I say that because that's the place where you can get the most help. We have a really nice group of people who help each other. Plus, I am there, of course, to guide people along the way. It's been a little quiet in the last couple of weeks because I think people got a lot of things going on, just like me. And so, but there's going to be a new mastermind, a new membership. And that membership is going to be wrapped around these calls. And we're going to see if we can get some of you over into that. Give you some service in terms of helping you grow your business. That's the entire goal of Thank You Page Magic, is to help you grow your business. Now, today is Q&A day. Hello, it's time for cues. Somebody's got to send me some cues in order to get things moving. And there is my reply. Dang it. And I just saw a comment pop in from... oh, I got a question from Graham. But I don't see Graham. Graham's comment didn't appear here. Carlene says, hey, Mitch, but I'm not seeing that here. Why is that? I'm going to switch over just for fun to see if the comments are popping in over here in the chat client. Chat is ready to display messages, and it's not displaying those messages. Dadgum. Graham says, hi, I'm on Facebook. Yes, you're on Facebook, but see, these messages should be showing up to me here over in Ecamm. That's part of the problem. And so I'm going to switch over. I have this new computer system set up over here. And Restream chat is on. I see it over here. I see it there. If I go to my fancy incognito window, cmitch.com, there is this place, right? There is this place called cmitch.com. And I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but apparently something is wrong. You see, here is the live stream that is working over on cmitch.com. And you can opt into the newsletter and you can do some other stuff down here at the bottom and see some testimonials about me. But cmitch.com is supposed to have the latest chat. That seems to be working. But there are a couple of questions. Thank you for the questions. I'm going to start with Graham's question, which is not available for me to punch in. And that's something I really need to figure out how to do. Because now I'm starting to really question whether or not any of the chat is coming through. Let me go back over. Let's take one more second. I apologize. You know how life is fun in Facebook land and everywhere else. So I'm going to open this chat and see if there's anything over there. It's just Renya and Mitch. I'm sorry, AJ. So, look at that. Isn't that interesting? So you saw it pop in there, and you see it popped in here. But all those other chat things aren't coming in. That is so interesting. Sorry. All right, so let's just bug off of that and go in. Since I can't post it, I'll just read it out loud. Graham's first question. Will UpViral ever add payment integrations? His example says, so you can add a tripwire on the front end and then have sharing functionality on page 2. It has been asked for a total of 600,000 times, Graham. I have seen Wilco say multiple times, we are hoping to do something like that. It hasn't happened. I will also say that I don't know what their plans are. Even when the UpViral Copilot show was happening, they did not tip me off in advance by too much on new functions that were coming. So I have no idea what their plans are. I can only tell you what I have seen online, and that is what Wilco has said in the past. And that is that they've talked about it. That is that they know that it's something people would like to have happen. Now, Graham says, I think they're missing a huge opportunity. Well, heck, yes, they are. I don't think that's any kind of a big surprise. They are shockingly behind, if you ask me. I have tried to communicate to them many things that they could be working on, could be adding. I do like those guys. I like them a lot. I am not dissing UpViral. It is still my favorite tool. It is the one that I will continue to use because it has got the best functionality, in my humble opinion. I think they could move a little faster. There, I've said it. It's one of my biggest frustrations. It always has been. Anyway, I won't dive into too much of that because I have learned yesterday. I watched a very awesome video, and I posted it on my Facebook timeline, by the way, that a gentleman, Trevor something, Trevor something. You can see it on my Facebook timeline. He talked about not saying negative things, especially about your own personal stuff, right? Don't say negative things. Things that you say out loud, by the way, are 10 times more likely to come true when you say them out loud as opposed to just thinking them. Also, 4 to 7 times more likely that the negative stuff sticks. So don't do negative stuff. Talk positives. Talk about things do you want to see happen. Some fascinating little conversations in that video that I posted, and it is something I'm going to refer back to personally because I think the more I think about it, is very true. So I have just said that I'm frustrated a bit with UpViral at times. I think all of us can be frustrated, and I would also say that's true with other software vendors. There are things that I wish other tools did, but they don't necessarily see that stuff in their priority. So I'm not saying anything new. Graham asks how to best do it now. Now, there you go. There's the question, right? There's the one with the real emphasis behind it. I still don't know why the chat messages aren't appearing. This is very frustrating to me because this chat tool is supposed to bring all the places that I'm broadcasting and bring all the comments in. But I see comments popping over on my Thank You Page Magic group live stream. Thank you for Deborah and Graham and somebody else is over there. And oh gosh, and now they start rolling off the bottom. Dang it. Deborah, why are they rolling off the bottom? Why are they rolling off the bottom? I need to be able to see all the comments. 9 comments, it says, but I only see 4. And as a new one comes in, dang it. Dang it, because I know there was another question. Facebook. Why can't I see those questions? Oh, quit happening. Deborah's question. I gotta capture Deborah's question before it rolls off. They are aware and not acting on it tells me there's likely something going on that we are not aware of that is stopping them. I think part of the struggle is that they have lots of support challenges. They're great on support. They spend a lot of time on support. I know that people are getting a lot more support than they used to. And I also think that they are rightfully focusing on support because if people don't get the right support, then they go away and use a different tool. Siddharth, glad to see you here. Siddharth says, glad to see you're doing frequent live shows. I'm doing a live show every week. I am doing it in the same time slot that the UpViral show was, because that's where people are used to seeing me. Look at that. I got some comments coming in. Renya says, yes. Hi, Renya. Yes. Whatever that yes was for. Deborah says, where is this happening elsewhere? So I am live streaming on Facebook in multiple groups, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, supposed to be Telegram, although I still haven't checked that yet. So this is going out to multiple places, and the software is supposed to consolidate all of those questions that come in, put all of them in this one group, the Thank You Page Magic group, which is where y'all are commenting. Oh, thank you, Graham. Bless your heart. Damn, I did it again. Thank you so much for that, Graham. And if you go to cmitch.com, which is where I showed you before, if I come back over here and I show you my desktop, you can see the live stream here and you can see the chat, although what you can't do there, and I'm also frustrated by this, and I have not fixed this yet, I have not found a way to make that happen, is you can't comment there. So even if you go there, you can see it, but you can't comment. So Deborah, to answer your question, the best place would be my Facebook timeline, because I think those comments are coming through. So if you just go to facebook.com/planetmitch, you will see me there. And so now I'm going to be checking in all the spots. So Graham's, well, let's go back to Graham's question. Let me come back to me. Let me hide Renya's comment. And what the hell just happened there? All right. Graham's second question was, well, how can I make that happen? Now, one of the things that I could help you do in the Movers Mastermind, Graham, which you do have access to, because you were one of my very early supporters, is that I can come in and I can show you how I have a script that I have used. Actually, Brett used it. You might remember Brett. Brett used it. I have used it a couple of times. It is not 100% as happy as I would like it to be. But there is a way that I can help you break the 2-page process such that, and I'm trying to think of whether or not I have a screen. Let me go into my presentation stuff. Magic Flow. So this, if this comes up, it's just a talking point. Why is that not coming up? There it is. Here's the traditional opt-in and thank you page, right? This is where the process currently is. And you see where that little lead thing is? There in the center? I have the ability to add a script on the thank you page that will send somebody to a third page. For example, a billing page or a ThriveCart page or some other cart tool. And then on that cart tool, once they've purchased, you can send them back to the thank you page. And the script has the ability to decide whether or not they came from the opt-in page or they came from your page. And so I do have this script functionality to break that and have only people theoretically land on your thank you page that have purchased something. It's not perfect, but I do have that capability, and I've always intended to find somebody that is an expert in that scripting JavaScript to be able to take that functionality and make it work a little bit better. Because one of the things that happens is the user actually will see the thank you page start loading if they're on a fast computer and fast internet, and then it'll switch them over to the cart. And I would love to be able to take that loading part of the process out, and I don't know how to do that. I'm sure somebody else does. I've just never made that happen. It's a simple script. It's not hard to do. You just simply make a few detections about where somebody came from in the referrer, and you send them somewhere else. It's not hard. So if you come over, Graham, to the mastermind this afternoon or Friday, whichever day, if you want to, we can talk about that. You should still have the link, and if I need to add you back in Messenger, let me know. Graham brought along the question from about to roll off from Carlene. I'm going to be running a summit soon. Let me just grab this for myself in case I lose it. Actually, I think you put it in the chat, didn't you? Okay. So the question is, I'm going to be running a summit, but the thank you page will be offering an upsell. So where is the best place to introduce UpViral? The best place, Carlene, to introduce UpViral is always the first page. Your opt-in page for the summit either is an UpViral page, or it has the UpViral widget on it, or it has the UpViral form, and so UpViral wants to be the lead. UpViral always wants to be the lead. Have I said that enough? UpViral wants to be the lead. So, here's where the charts are. This is an old process that Brian Austin did. Now, the struggle is that in order to make something like this happen, you got to do some coding. And this particular one I don't advise to anybody because he had to do a lot of coding on each of these pages. And my cursor doesn't work, but the first page is a landing page. Then there was something he called a push page, which took them to the survey. And the UpViral page was the sign up. The UpViral sign up was the third page, fourth page in the process. But all of the previous 3 pages had to have coding on them to pass along the referral. And that's where the struggle comes into play in most cases, because you have to have coding to happen to cause the referrals, because those are the key, right? The referrals have to be dragged along to each one of those pages. So if you turn around, I'll show you this page, which is the shop. If you turn around and make, this is maybe not the best example. Let me put up Gabe's. I'm sorry. And I know this one's hard to read because there's a lot of pages, but you notice that on the top section, on the very far left, he brought traffic in. There was the contest lead page. There's the contest sharing page. And those 2 pages were UpViral pages or ClickFunnels with the widget. Either way, it works. But he put the other pages after that. Okay. The best thing to answer your question is that UpViral be the first 2 pages in your funnel. I do not, let's see. We're going to play some real games here, because you guys know how I roll, and you know sometimes, that's, my cursor's on the wrong screen, sorry. If I come over to my incognito window, let's see if I can do this. 60 minute. Where is it? Here it is. That's not it. God, where is it? Dadgummit. Sorry, I'm trying to think of something. World's shortest. Let's see if I can get to the right place. There it is. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to here, and we're going to look at my desktop. Now, this is a ClickFunnels page. I got to get my screen out of the way so I can see myself. Sorry, put that over there. This is a ClickFunnels page. This is the world's shortest marketing conference, and if you scroll down, you will see a whole bunch of summit-like stuff, right? Are you still with me, Carlene? So look at this, by the way. That's me. Right there. That's me. So I am one of the participants in this. Now, notice that there's a Get Instant Access. There's multiple buttons here. And this is ClickFunnels. But what they've done is they've implemented ClickFunnels to UpViral. And I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my first name, and I've anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put in my Thank You Page Magic email address. I'm going to say, let's go. So this is exactly what you want to be doing, Carlene. Notice that this is still ClickFunnels. This is not an UpViral campaign, not an UpViral page. But notice down here, look at that, I have 610 points. This sucker right here is an UpViral widget. So they are gamifying the summit and asking people to share. So boom, you're in. 60 speakers, 60 ways to build up your business. Exclusive offer, details below. Share on social media and earn points and win. 3 simple steps, copy, blah, blah, blah. Once you earn 100 points, we'll send you a digital copy of the Insider's Guide to creating a curated video series and list building like a pro. And by the way, notice down here at the bottom, if you're not into social sharing, you can buy that. You can spend $20 on this. Now these are my good friends, Stu McLaren, and the the Membership Experience is the program he has launched and is currently in week 5. But they used UpViral, and they took some of my advice. They finally got things working the way I said they should do it. And this worked really well. Inside the community, people were talking about how this influenced them to refer with others, because they really wanted to get this Insider's Guide to creating a curated video series. In fact, they show you how to build this entire process, and they even give you the templates inside of Searchy, because they're using a tool called Searchy to deliver the summit. Show you all that stuff inside that Insider's Guide. It's freaking awesome. And people were busting their tail to come get this thing. Now notice I earned it. I got 610 points. I'm probably leading. I don't know. But I also demonstrate this a lot. If you want to see it, let me just copy my link and I will put it in the chat. Hopefully you'll see it. We'll see. They finally implemented the custom domain inside of UpViral, which they weren't using for a while. I'll put it over in the chat. Directly over in Thank You Page Magic group. And I'll put it over here too. Hey, that came through. So, Carlene, does that help? This is what I think you should be doing in your setup. And of course, I could help you build all of that over in the Movers Mastermind, which is a freaking great place to learn how to do all that kind of stuff. And if you go to moversdo.com and you type it right, moversdo.com, you will find out more information about the Movers Mastermind. Included on this page, by the way, if you want to just go have fun, AJ, who was here earlier, I don't know if he's still here, I did a video here where we transformed AJ's campaign. I just got a message that said my stream quality was lowered because the stream's not fast enough. Oh, you know what? I know that's true because I was doing some testing. I'm going to duck for a second. I forgot about this. I disconnected my Ethernet the other day. Now that should fix that. So anyway, so thank you for the question. That's a great question, and I would happily talk more about that if you would like inside the Movers Mastermind. Why is that still not showing all the chat? It is only showing chat from my Facebook timeline. That's all it's doing. Man, that's frustrating. So who's got a question? Today's Q&A day. So frustrating. But that's also good because somebody spammed me with a Twitch thing that looks like that. Get free viewers in Twitch. Blah, blah, blah. Don't need that. But did you notice? Oh, now it comes in. Look, it popped in. Huh. Look at that. Hey, here's a question. Hi, Sven. I've seen you ask that question over in the UpViral group, and I've seen a couple of replies. Good to have you here. Thank you, Sven. I appreciate you. Tough question. Can business-to-business gamification work? My short answer is yes. Or maybe I should give you my real answer, the one that I always use. It depends. I was going to make that chat bigger too, wasn't I? It depends. Here, I'll put the question back up. We had a very good conversation. Bradley, who answered your question a little bit in the UpViral group. If you want, by the way, I highly encourage you to start listening to our podcast, and we're going to record 2 more episodes tomorrow morning. You can go to hearmitch.com and see all of those episodes, or you can hear them if you want to just listen. One of those episodes, one of those early episodes that we did was on, can you use UpViral or tools like UpViral to hire people or to spread the news that you're hiring people? And I thought that was a very good conversation, and you might gain some stuff from that podcast. Now, the answer is it depends. I remember specifically an example. A young lady, I think her name was Red something, because she had classes. She was from the United Kingdom. I remember that. Red something. And one of the things that she teaches is fire breathing. Sven says, I cannot see any comments on my post in the group. Now you got me curious. Wasn't that yours? Facebook group.UpViral. And yes, I know I stopped in mid-stream conversation. So here is the Facebook group, and maybe I'm wrong. I was thinking about this one that Bradley replied to, but that was not your question. Here's your question, and you're right. There are no answers. So I'm sorry about that. I was confused. Where's my song?
Huh?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
I do hear myself, and sometimes I'm wrong. I know it's true. It is true. Sometimes I make mistakes. I know. It's shocking. So, let me get back to the story. Her special skills were teaching people how to do fire breathing, right? She had classes that were very popular. People would take them after work or whatever. And what she wanted to do was to grow, using UpViral, her business. And what I told her, and as far as I know, she never tried it. Why people don't do what I tell them to do, I don't know. My suggestion was to market her service as a team building, to have groups of people that were in a team to come in and take her course. It'd be a fun evening, right? To take a team, bring them in, maybe give them some food, a dinner, and then teach them how to do sword swallowing or fire breathing or whatever the thing was. I'm pretty sure it was fire breathing. And companies, I think, would then help her distribute that to other people. And the reason I'm bringing that up is not that that's your solution, but it's an idea. Potentially an idea is to think about what's in the neighborhood of what you are, your business to business, what your neighborhood is. Now, the struggle, right? This UpViral markets itself as gamification this, gamification that, contest, when what I really think the gut of UpViral is a referral system. They're gamifying referrals. Now, Sven, it would be helpful maybe if you could tell me briefly, and I think I've seen you talk about this before, but UpViral's one of the big features, right, is if I go back to, let me see, I still have it open. The world's thank you page. Let me switch back over to the desktop. One of the biggest things they talk about is like this Facebook. Dadgummit. Dadgummit. But that function of sharing on Facebook, can I do with this Twitter? No, they still want me to log in, and I'm in an incognito window, so that's not going to work. Anyway, but what I'm talking about is when you post this on Facebook, when you click that button and you start to share on Facebook, what you're doing is simply broadcasting to the planet, right? So let's suppose I go back to the job referral thing. One of the companies that asked me a long time ago was, hey, I'm a car dealer and we need new car salesmen. Can I use UpViral to find referrals? Can I find a new salesman? And the struggle primarily is that the first thought is that we are going to go put this on Facebook, just like I'm showing right here. How do you put... Okay, let me rephrase that. You can put a really nice layout of a sharing message that says, hey, we're looking to hire car salespeople. But if Betty Lou signs up for that campaign, And maybe she's fascinated, or maybe she's a car salesman, but why would she share it on, excuse me, and I still have not set up my emergency mute button. Apologize. Why would Betty Lou share that on her Facebook timeline? I suspect the odds of Betty Lou having anybody in her timeline interested in that, and I can go back really fast if I can get there really fast. Here's the struggle. See if this pops up. There it is. When I did a survey, 68% of the people in sharing a contest did want to spam their friend. 24%, my friends are not going to be interested. 10% said I don't even do social media. So what you're fighting against is that battle. Right? You're fighting against that battle, and that's a really hard one to fight. So what you're better off doing is creating a campaign that asks people to refer others directly, and you give them an incentive to make that happen. If they invite somebody who signs up with you, then you'll give them this thing. Right? The example, going back to the car salesman, if you, well, actually, I'll go back to my little presentation here, and I think I can show you this. So here's an example. Somebody did a business card. Real estate agent. Why is that not coming up? There it is. See, I bought a new computer because I wanted that to be really fast. And on the back, she said, referrals are the greatest compliment I can receive. Right? Great idea. But what if she switched it to, referrals are the greatest compliment I can receive. I'll reward you with $500 if your referral buys a house with me. Right? That's a bigger incentive to get people to share. So what you've got to do, Sven, is to figure out what people would be willing to share and what the incentive is to get them to do that. In your business to business, how can you do that? Now, why is that not working? Software. So Sven says, I created a software for programmers with a freemium model. Right? So you give it away for free. My thought was to do a little challenge for the free customers to earn a coupon for the paid version. Now, I don't... Sven, thank you for that. I'm not sure I would label that as business to business. Now, maybe your software is for businesses. I don't know. But you certainly, and I plan to do that with some of my stuff, right? I have a program coming up that's called Win Together. And if you attended my webinar, I'm going to be marketing this Win Together program as a way to upscale your UpViral campaigns. But in that Win Together program, one of the things that I intend to do is to encourage people to share. And if they bring other people into me, then they're going to get a discount, just like you're talking. That's absolutely something that you can do. Now, there is unfortunately, going back to Graham's question, right? Got to go back to Graham's question early on. If UpViral had a way of tracking those sales, that if Betty Lou refers Paula and Paula buys something, then that would be automatic. But you can't do that automatically inside of UpViral. There are other tools that say they do that. Early Parrot is a friend of mine, and I have I keep swearing I'm going to do a beta or a test of his software, and I just have not made time to do that yet. But Early Parrot, and there are some other referral tools that say they will track those sales. So maybe UpViral isn't necessarily the best one for you. Maybe what you want to go look at is straight referral program softwares. They don't do as much gamification as UpViral can do, but maybe UpViral's gamification isn't what you really need in the first place. Okay, how's that? And yes, by the way, you can do challenges inside of UpViral. I have an entire process to do challenges. Freaking awesome way of making that happen. It's not yet available for sale, but if you want to pay me lots of money, I can show you how to do it in a one-on-one session. Any other parts of that question, Sven? Did I not help you with that? I need to go back over here to this other computer and make sure I haven't missed anything. Good old Betty Lou, Graham said. Deborah says, so the key to reaching business to business, this sort of speaks to your quote, it's all about the offer. Yes, thank you, Deborah. You have to give your audience something that would help them. What's in it for me? Something that needs, wants, solves the problem for them. Absolutely. See, good old Deborah knows what she's talking about. So the question to you, Sven, from Deborah was, so what would programmers covet and be willing to share to get their hands on? Right? That's the question. What would they want? Is a coupon to buy the software enough? Is a discount to the software enough? Maybe it is. Maybe that's the ultimate thing, is to get... But there are some people that are just going to go, I want the software, right? And I'm never going to share it with anybody. So going back to those struggles that I showed you, you got to think about those struggles. What's the pain point for them? What is the real struggle that they need to solve? And how can you give them something that if they refer others, that they will absolutely want to crawl through broken glass to get? Well, there's a struggle. Sven says the struggle is that the person, where I struggle is that the person who uses the software is not the person who would pay for the software. Now, yes, there's a struggle. I mean, you were saying Betty Lou's boss has to pay for it. Yeah, you got a real problem there. That doesn't mean you can't encourage her in some way to make that happen. Deborah asked, could you use Thrivecart link inside of an UpViral widget to track their products? Excuse me, I'm going to take a quick drink. God, I wish I could put these comments up on the thing. You can use something like Thrivecart, yes, Deborah, to track those sales. You can, but whichever tool you use, it's a manual process still. Because what you don't want, I mean, let's go back. UpViral will track, like if Betty Lou refers Paula, UpViral will track that Betty Lou referred Paula. And if you set that referral to give Betty Lou enough points to get that 30% off coupon, then Betty Lou's going to get it, even if Paula is her daughter. What you need to do is to set up that automation process, or that process so that it's not automatically going to send the coupon, that you have to get a verification. And that's the manual part of the process. So Deborah says, yes, Ven, you have to sell the user to sell the payer. And that's tough. It is very tough to probably make that happen. And Sven just said, thank you for your thoughts. Absolutely. That's why I'm here. That's what the whole Q&A thought is all about, is to help you get answers to your deepest struggles. I don't always have the answers. By the way, if you go back and watch the podcast, we're on episode 10, by the way, now. Lots of great stuff in there. So you're not only learning from me, but you're learning from Bradley. I have learned several things from Bradley that I had never really thought about. So there's some really good stuff in there, and I encourage you, Sven, to go check that out. Especially the one about the sales thing, or the referring a job. You know what I mean. Anybody have any other questions? And Deborah says, yes, it was a great question. I do agree that was a very good question. It's a tough question, right? It's very hard. What UpViral will tell you is, just buy our tool and we could make that happen. And it is a struggle. It is much more difficult to do some of these things than to simply give away an iPhone and get hundreds of thousands of leads, right? Products directly to consumers are much easier to deal with than things like this. All right, so more questions. It is 10 minutes till the top of the hour. I will stick around if there are questions coming in. We've talked about several great things, and one of the things that I want to talk about, because I do have this new membership that I am going to be offering. If you want to go buy into that right now, Deborah, I read that comment aloud. If you want to go to thankyoupagemagic.com/magicmitch, you can find out a little bit about that membership. Now, I haven't really perfected this. It's going to be a ongoing learning process for all of us. It is a monthly paid membership. It's currently $37. If you go to that page and look at it, it's a very basic page. It tells you that you're going to be charged $37 a month. Now, my intention for this show is to help feed my family. No. The intention for the show is to help you grow your business. But what I've decided to do, instead of the haphazard thing that was happening before, is that there will be a calendar. You will be able to see the shows coming up. On the first Tuesday of the month, and the third Tuesday of the month will be presentations. I will talk about a specific idea, a specific function, whether it be inside of UpViral or another tool. We'll see, because there are other tools out there, and there are other ways of solving the problems. I still love UpViral, and I will tell you that I said before, it's the best tool on the planet in my book. Now, on the second Tuesday of the month, there will be a Q&A. That's what today is. On the fourth Tuesday of the month, there will be the review show. So we will take a campaign, or 2 or 3, submitted by members, and we will review those campaigns. And the fifth Tuesday of the month, if there is one, will be a members-only content as well, I think. What I've decided is that Q&A day and review day are going to be members only, because there's some incredibly valuable content that comes there. Not to say the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday aren't valuable, but I do want to encourage people to get the best out of it, and I think we need to save some of that content for people who are willing to invest in themselves. You will also get all of the recordings inside the membership. Those recordings will be in a searchy database, and inside the searchy database, you can search for all that content. Let me just give you a brief example, if I may. I'm going to go over to my incognito window, and I'm going to go to heremitch.com. And you can see an example of this right now inside of heremitch.com. So this is the rough draft of the podcast page. This is a searchy database. All of the videos are here. Now, this first section is customized based on cookies for you, because this is not a login. And you'll see that I haven't yet done all the stuff for all of the latest. Where's number 10? Why is number 10 not here? Huh. It says 10 media. Are they not in order? They're out of order or something. Look at that. That's weird. Anyway, you can see, for example, it was number 2. Episode 2, can you run a referral program? Yes, Deborah's great comment. tm.h mitch magic is the link. What Deborah asked me to do was to put this link up in the chat. There is a scan code there. If you have your phone, you can scan that and we'll take you straight there to the... Wow, I even have the wrong image. I was just looking at that. But here's the pod... That was the wrong thing. This is the right link for the membership. thankyoupagemagic.com/MitchMagic. I apologize. But here inside of the podcast, for example, is a great way of thinking about it. If we talk about episode 2, job referral, let's suppose you listen to this or you watch it and 3 weeks later you're like, God, I know Mitch said something about job referrals. Now, obviously, it's in the title, but if you come up to the top and you do a search, I'm going to put in job, and what we're going to see is that that keyword came in all of these different places. Now, if you think about it, or if you click one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this one, which says episode 8, which is not the job referral, but maybe I was talking about going back to episode 2, I think, in episode 8. No, that's not what it is. But you see over here on the right-hand side, I'm going to blow this up a little bit so it's bigger. That very specific word, I got to pause it. Pause. Transcript. It takes you right to the very specific spot in this episode where that was said. You click right here, 12 minutes, 13 seconds. You can not only see that, but it will start playing there. And you'll be able to come back and get all the answers to your questions. Or you want to come back and rehear a specific segment. All you got to start doing, like Deborah loves to do, is to write down some keywords. And 6 months later, you come in here, you'll be able to jump in and go, well, I wrote down keyword phrase, blah, blah, blah. Bye, Deborah. Thanks for being here. You'll be able to hear those things, and you'll be able to do all of the stuff. You'll be able to jump back into things very easily when you're using one of our searchy databases. It's like your own private search engine, and I freaking love Searchy because of that functionality. I am a big proponent of Searchy. If you go to buysearchy.com, and I don't have a special link to pop up yet, buysearchy.com, you will use my affiliate link, but I can share with you lots of stuff, and we may have a special session on that coming up in the near future, because Searchy's just freaking amazing. You can create a website with video content and have it searchable, right? So imagine your channel, if you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook group, imagine having all of that video content that you've ever done, and you have that content indexed or transcribed and indexed such that the users can get to any word or phrase inside of your content. The people that created Searchy created it when they realized they had like 2 terabytes of video content with question and answer kind of stuff that was very valuable to people, but nobody could get in and figure out which video to go watch to get their answer. So by creating Searchy, what they were able to do is to start serving the content that the users have seen, and it can be an entire membership, for example. And you go in there and you can find the answers to the questions simply by doing a search. You can't do that on YouTube. You cannot create this kind of membership over in something like YouTube because YouTube does not index the transcriptions. Searchy is the only place that I know that you can do that. You can have tools like YouTube and Loom and some of the other tools now will create the transcription for you. I think Zoom does it too. But nobody creates a searchable index of content like Searchy does. And so it makes it a very, in my opinion, useful asset for your members to be able to go in and search that. By the way, the team at Searchy said their user support questions dropped by 80% when they gave the users the ability to go find the answers themselves. So it's a very valuable tool, in my humble opinion. And yes, I'm modest, aren't I? All right, so I have not seen any other questions pop in. I will give you the famous 30-second Now I'm seeing answers in multiple places. That's so weird. I don't know what's going on. Facebook. That's on my timeline. That's not in the Facebook group. So anyway, let me know before I go if any of you have any questions. If you're interested in the membership, of course, go to thankyoupagemagic.com/mitchmagic. We will get you in there and get you cruising through all the content. I will be giving you a calendar. I don't have that link set up yet to be able to know what's coming up. We are going to be doing this live stream every week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And of course, guess what? There's going to be some additional content because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking the walk. Now, if you go right now, for example, to my newsletter sign up at joinmitch.com, you will see an UpViral campaign where I am encouraging you to refer others. I am walking the walk in everything I do. So if you sign up to something from me, you will be getting into my world, but you will also see exactly how I do it. On the thank you page, you'll be asked to share. You'll be given the opportunity to get what I hope is an offer that you are willing to crawl through broken glass to get. And therefore, you will come into my world and you will help me grow it. I will be asking you to share this live stream with similar campaigns down the road. I will be running contests where you can get stuff from me. Cash, prizes, TVs, I don't know. We'll figure that out coming up down the road. And there will be a calendar where you always know what's coming. All that stuff will be available. And I would love to have you in my world. And I know each and every one of you that's watching now knows somebody who would benefit from this. And I ask you to get them to either opt into my newsletter, because that's where the signups or the reminders will be to join in on our live streams. If you do, send them your link so you can get the valuable bonus that you will get from referring others. And if you pay attention to the newsletter down at the bottom, there is something very unique that nobody else has figured out how to do, unless you buy some special software. If you already have UpViral, you can do this right now. You can remind people how many referrals they have until they get to the bonus. Nobody else is doing that stuff. There's only one other person I know of, and he's bought the other software to make that happen. His name's James Clear, and I've borrowed most of that thought from that content, and I've implemented it with UpViral. Nobody else is doing this stuff but me. UpViral doesn't teach you how to do it. Gleam, none of the other tools teach you how to do this stuff. I do, which is why it is incredibly valuable to opt into the membership, because you will be getting some of this stuff at no charge. Well, okay, for a monthly fee, but no additional charge. So, again, I'll give you that membership sign up if you're interested. thankyoupagemagic.com/mitchmagic. Yes, you will get plugs from me. Of course you will, because that's how I'm going to feed my family. This stuff will help you grow your business. I guarantee it. If you implement this stuff, even in Sven's case with the business-to-business software, somebody else is buying it stuff, you can still come talk to me and ask me questions, and I can help you grow your business. Thank you for tuning in. I haven't seen any other questions pop in, so we are going to sign out, and I will catch you next Tuesday with more goodness from thankyoupagemagic.com.
Hey, Mitch, good to hear from you.
It's a perfect ending. I am grateful. Grateful to get away.
Good day.
I'll be back.